So in the last lecture, we had a look at a many-to-many relationship where changing data might not be that bad for our duplicates, and therefore embedding the documents might be fine. Now let's have a look at a many-to-many relationship where splitting it up and using references might be better. Here we got a couple of books and a couple of authors. And one book can be written by multiple authors, and one author will probably write more than one book. So it's a typical many-to-many relationship. Now let's see how we could model that and how we could store that in our database. Let's create our book registry database here. And in there, I'll have my books collection. And I'll insert a new book with the name My Favorite Book and with some authors. And here, let's first of all go for the embedded approach. So I'll have an author, Max Schwartz, age 29, and I'll have another author. Name is Manuel Lohr, age 30. If I hit enter, we can of course find all our books here, print them, and see we got embedded author documents. Now we'll also have our authors collection typically, because when we're managing books and authors, well, we'll need both kinds of data. And authors might then be a collection where we insert many authors with square brackets, as you learned, then multiple documents separated by commas. And there we might have name Max Schwartz. Maybe that also is our unique identifier we can use. Otherwise, we should also store an ID here in the authors of the book. But here we got that. We also got the age. And there, let's say we also have the address as an extra field with a street and so on. And we got the second author, which is Manuel Lohr, age 30. And there we also got an address with a street like this. I can look into my authors, of course, with find and pretty print that, and I see my author data. Now that would be a typical use case. We got our books with embedded author data, and that could be all or some of the data we have in the authors collection, and we get just the authors collection. The problem is, if one author changes, maybe I got older, maybe I moved, then I need to update that everywhere where I used it. And that's not just the authors collection, but that would be all my books. And that is especially important, let's say, if I changed my name because I'm married. Then I can't say, yeah, I don't care, it's an old snapshot like we did for the orders. For the books and for the authors, I want to have the most recent data, of course. And if I'm displaying the age in the book, I might say that is a snapshot data, that is okay. For the name, that's probably not. And in my registry in the database, even the age is not okay. That should be all up to date for future books, for future prints, let's say. So here, if we then change the name of the author, we have to change it here with the update method in the authors collection. And we also have to change it in the books collection by finding all books where this author is an author. And that is a lot of work and a lot of write and update requests. This is bad from a performance perspective because we have to, well, write a lot to the database. It also is error prone because we might be overlooking some document we should update. And therefore, this is probably not the best approach for this scenario. Because in our application, if the data does change, it should change everywhere. Now, even with that, it might be okay if changes are very unlikely to happen. But some data, like the age, will change at least once a year. Other data might change more frequently. And the more frequent we can expect such changes, the more often we'll have to touch dozens or hundreds of documents, so the worse the matter gets. So low frequency might still let us get away with this approach and might make it a good approach. With higher frequency, it almost most certainly is not a good way of relating this. So instead of using embedded documents here, we should go for the reference approach. So we should take the references of our authors and then go to our books collection, update the book, in our case here, the one book we got, and update it by setting the authors to an array of our object IDs. So of the object ID of Max and the object ID of Manuel. And now if we output our books here with find 1. Now we only got the references in there, and this is better, because now if we do fetch all the books, yeah, we will have to merge it manually with the author data, but therefore the author data is guaranteed to be up to date, and if we change the author data, we don't have to do that in hundreds or thousands of documents.